Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another segment on the YouTube channel, The Cosmic Weaver Consulting. Today, or this evening, I'm going to talk about life coaching during hard COVID times. 10 things you can do to make your life a little easier during these times. We are all affected by the COVID-19 situation since March. That's about 6 months. A lot of people had gotten the COVID, are still getting the COVID. Many of us have loved ones that have been affected by the COVID. As a consequence of the COVID globally, a lot of us have been laid off of jobs, or we've lost our jobs, and we're financially affected. There are many first responders and healthcare heroes that are daily affected by the COVID in one way or the other. There is nowhere we can go that we're not reminded of it. Basically, we are bombarded with information from the social media. We are, no doubt, affected emotionally and spiritually. It's very heart-wrenching, for example, that masks, the whole issue of wearing masks is being politicized. That is one thing that really bothers me. So we are living in very stressful times. How do we manage our energies and attention is a very critical question. It's very important that we watch our energies and take care of ourselves at this time. First of all, it's very important to give yourself permission to grieve and to vent our feelings. It's best to do so when we can do it privately and behind closed doors as much as possible, and even schedule times to vent your feelings 2 to 4 times a day, even if you are at work. You can go behind closed doors and, do what you have to do. Talk to the mirror. Believe it or not, I do that. If I'm really upset about something and I'm not ready to talk to anybody about it, I will lock myself in the bathroom and just talk to myself in the mirror. And that really does help give you a perspective on what's going on internally and how to organize your thoughts and evaluate your behavior emotionally and physically. It's a time to be very gentle with yourself. Call upon God, your angels, your spirit guides, to gently help you with your thoughts and feelings as they arise, and especially negative feelings and thoughts. What I do sometimes even hold out my hands and I'll say a prayer. Good health for all. I bless today, however it is. I take care of me, and please God, take care of everyone around me, and do what I can to distract my mind from negative thoughts and emotions as events occur daily in my life. 3, we can't control what is going on out there in the world. So looking at your hands, remind yourself, as I do myself, I have no control over what is happening out there. I only have control over what I do today. I am only accountable for my behaviors. And believe it or not, that can be very empowering. First of all, you're separating yourself from what you have no control over. And once you decide what you have no control over, then you can think about what you do have control over. And immediately there, just thinking about that can give you a sense of empowerment, self-empowerment. It certainly is one of the spiritual lessons that go with this event, this global event. We are challenged to be very aware of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and to make better choices from moment to moment as we live out our lives. I say to myself, my hands are sacred. What I do with them is what makes the difference in the world around me right now, right here, with the ones that I'm interfacing with, my coworkers, the people at the grocery store, at Walmart, at home, my family, my friends, my neighbors. My words do have power. Choose wisely to say the things that are positive and empowering for yourself and other people. You want to be uplifting to self and others. The COVID-19 is a torturing situation in and all by itself. If someone is trying to keep you engaged in a negative rant on what they believe is going on, remind yourself that no one is right or wrong. Get out of power struggles. There are some really wild things being said on social media. Even Trump is saying some really wild and off-the-wall things. To get in discussion with that, there's always the risk of breeding more hate and division, and that needs to be avoided. Or spend more time with yourself. This is very important during these times. Financially, economically, the last time we were in a financial recession on a national level, it's the Great Depression. And so it's very important to stay centered as much as possible. I know it's hard sometimes. It really is. I understand. Spending time with yourself and making conscious choices about how you spend time with yourself is very important right now. Check out calming meditation videos with calming music on YouTube. There's a ton of YouTube videos, calming videos and calming music that's very soothing to the mind, to the spirit, to the soul. I would encourage doing that instead of watching so much social media. So that's definitely one of the things we should do, just get away from all that social media out there and just focus on spending quality time with yourself and reconnect with your divine center. We all have it. That's very important. When we pray to God, when we pray to Jesus, when we pray to our guardian angels, we are connecting to our divine core. Believe in a power greater than yourself. You are protected by God, Jesus, guardian angels, and spirit guides. If you don't believe it, that's okay. They are there. They don't need your validation. They will continue to operate in your life unseen, protecting you, sending you love, and empowering you to make good choices in your life. 5. Number 5, what does make your life a little easier is count your blessings. Be grateful for what is working in your life. Be grateful to the people in your life that are there to support you, to help you, that you can help and support. Gratitude is a very powerful energy. It empowers you. That's the whole thing here. If we get caught up in social media, watching it, debating over it, getting into arguments over it, we are going to feel disempowered. That's just terrible because it's already hard enough as it is, standing alone without our influence. It's very difficult, so it's very important to be gentle with yourself, to be gentle with other people, and to do things that empowers yourself and other people, keep you in a positive space. Spend more time with your family, number 6. You want to spend more time with your family, your friends, doing fun activities, an hour or two every other day, like board games, or share online games. There's a lot of online games now that people can play so they can respect social distancing. Jackbox games, I know those Xbox games, or Xbox hosts all kinds of online games for people that are very fun, for adults and children. Okay, number 7. what is happening out there is affecting us to the core. That's how we're being challenged. That's how we get into heated arguments. That's where we feel disempowered. So anything negative that hits our core and rattles us and knocks us off center, that is when we need to get back to center. And we're more challenged now during these times than ever. So we need to practice coping skills and practice self-care skills in ways we never even imagined or gave a lot of thought to. But now is the time. Ideally, we should use mind-distracting techniques. In another video, I will talk about that more. These issues in our times are causing a lot of us to re-examine our beliefs. And with that, some of us are making adjustments in what we really want out of life. Like a lot of us might be feeling like, I don't have time to spend time with negative people, or I don't have time to spend in relationship with people that it's all about talking about the weather, and that's the extent of it. You know, a lot of us are getting more conscious about how we spend time every day. You know, turning more of our focus and attention cognitively and very consciously to doing things that really matter to us. And that's supposed to happen. Many of us have been laid off or lost our job. I know I lost my job. And this is a great time for me to re-examine what is meaningful for a career and to start a new business and do things that reflect my core values and reflect skills that I want to develop, because that is so life enriching. You really can have a good life during these times. I know that's hard to believe for some of us that are really being critically affected and more intimately affected than others. But it's really important at some point to engage in activities that is meaningful to you. So exploring a new career that is more satisfying, giving you a higher quality of living, is a great time for that. Take the opportunity to sit down and journal and write down things that interest you for a change of career. Many of us, because of what is happening, are reflecting on our spiritual beliefs. It might start with, oh God, how can you let this happen to us? God doesn't give us think about what we believe in. Read the Bible. If we're exploring spiritual beliefs and we want to know if there's life after death, if there really are ghosts, is there an afterlife, is there such thing as an aura? Caroll photography explores the whole subject of auras, and that we are first made of energy, and we are energy first before we're anything in a physical body. These kinds of topics. Some of us might want to explore shamanism, the whole gamut of spiritualism. There's all kinds of videos out there, you know. I don't mean the kind of spiritualism where you practice magic, for example. I mean the kind of spiritualism about, is there more, what's more, there is more to life than what we can see. Jesus was a mystic, and he even went to Egypt and explored mysticism over there. So that's one thing we do. Number 8, keep an emotional journal. It's very important to write down our feelings, our thought processes every day, even if it's just 15-20 minutes a day. Keep an emotional journal, and then review it a week later, what you wrote a week ago, and see if your thoughts or feelings have changed, and if they did, then you could write another journal entry about that. But keeping an emotional journal is a way to check in with yourself, emotionally, cognitively, and in other ways as well. And finally, number 9, seek out a spiritual advisor. Go talk to your pastor at church. Better yet, volunteer at a church. Volunteer at a shelter. Volunteer in a kitchen for the homeless. All these things really do help make your life a little better. And then finally, number 10, wear a mask. Wearing a mask is important. We all can go in the debate whether the COVID is real or not, whether wearing a mask makes a difference or not. But what if it doesn't? Okay, so what? What's wrong with just wearing a mask, going to the grocery store? It's not like we have to wear it all day. And yet, there are healthcare workers that wear masks all day long on 12-hour shifts. They do it 3-4 days a week. And people that work 8 hours a day, they do it 5 days a week. We can support them by wearing masks, whether we believe that the COVID is real or not. They need our support. We don't have to make a political statement out of it. It really saddens me that Trump has made a political issue about wearing masks. You support me if you don't wear masks. I'm not going into that. I'm not making that my reality. You don't have to make the subject your reality. So, wear masks. Take them off at the end of the day. Don't even think about it. So, I hope that has helped you to consider ways to improve your life during these hard times. Look for my new segment in the next few days on part 2, what we can do to make our lives easier during these COVID times. In the meantime, if you are interested in getting a tarot reading or a life coaching session, check out my website at www.theweaverstarot.com. And have a good night. And thank you for watching. Feel free to leave any comments below. I will do my best to respond. And have a really good night. Namaste. Thank you.